Hello, everyone. I've been wanting to post this for the past 2 hours. Been playing with YouTube. It said it wouldn't let me go live. Anyway, I'm here, so it's all good. Um, right now, I'm going to do readings for giving messages for fire signs. So your Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And I hope you enjoy. For Aries, what I got from a spiritist, they want most of the Aries right now to express themselves. Express yourself. You're getting a lot of ideas. They want you to express yourself with speech. If you have certain thoughts about things that you want to open up your throat chakra, basically, and speak your truth. So that's one of the good things. Also, there's going to be some situations where there's going to be a lot of changes. Some of them may have happened already, but swift changes are coming. And some of the Aries may be a little confused with those changes. So Spirit asks that in the midst of this confusion, that you ask yourself, what would so-and-so do in this situation? Especially if you have, family members or somebody that's gone through a similar thing, could be a very close friend. How would they handle that situation? What would they do? You can also try to take a few minutes and sit in total stillness and quietness and just ask if your guide or your higher intuition can guide you. They will always guide you, but if you can hear them, because they want you to know that you're supported, you're being guided. But how are you going to tune into that guidance? Some of you may recall some of the dreams that you've had, and that's your guide trying to get through to you through your dreams as well. So whatever situation that you need or that you're going through right now, there is help out there. And if you don't have anybody that you want to rely on, saying what would so-and-so do, then say, what would bring me closer to my life's purpose? Would this bring me closer to my life purpose? And if it is the correct decision or choice, you will feel really good about it. Or if it doesn't bring you closer to what your purpose is, then you'll feel like not so good. You might get a really awful kind of feeling. So go with that. For me, I also have, I'm going to pull a card for you from the Atlatis card deck. This is by Diana Cooper. Beautiful cards. And I'm going to pull one of the cards. And sometimes it does correlate a lot with the spirit message that I just gave. So we'll see. And this is for Aries. Aries, strong leadership skills. A lot of Aries are the first to think about something that is great and act on it. So it's no wonder that sometimes when you feel a little confused, you're not usually confused like that. So we'll pull a card and see what this one says. Okay, this one says marriage. Marriage. So back in the days of Atlantis, if a couple wanted to marry, then a priest would kind of examine the auras, their energy outside their bodies, to ascertain if they were spiritually and emotionally connected or compatible, right? There was no ring, no symbol that was exchanged, because they considered that back in those days, nobody can really own you or place a limit on another person because on this earth plane, because of free will. And it's still the case. I mean, we do get married, but even though we get married in this day and age, we still don't have, we don't own that other person. We don't even own our children to a degree, because they grow up and go on their own type of thing. But this is definitely, marriage was a sacred thing, which it still is. It's a lifelong commitment. That's why a lot of people also, I do weddings for people, and some want to have the hand fasting in the wedding ceremony to represent back in the day, they would do a hand fasting. It was a promise to live, happily, hopefully, for a year and a day. And if it worked out, they would renew it. But anyways, so back to this marriage. It was done to ensure that, the children that the couple would have later on, their upbringing was balanced, both by masculine and feminine energy in the formative years. So bringing up the future generation was understood and to be a great spiritual responsibility. So this card came out for you today. It says, your guides are trying to help you commit yourself to do something, whether a project, something, or a relationship, or it could be something at work, it could be home or family. But commitment is very powerful. It's a very powerful contract. And that once you commit to something, it kind of helps you focus your energy on it, so you can, flourish. So for you, definitely marriage and commitments. Hope you enjoyed this little message for Aries. Now we're going to move on to Leo. Okay. Right now, Spirit says there's a lot of things that they don't want to put on the table, so to speak, because what's going on right now is predestined in your life. So even if they were to say, well, this is happening or that's happening, and if you wanted to change it, you wouldn't be able to, because it's predestined. Your life is going to take its course. You cannot make any changes right now because it's set in stone. Not everything is set in stone, but it's set in stone. So that's why they don't want to disclose a lot of stuff. Now, November, we're in September. In November, I see there's family, there's property, could be deeds, could be inheritance, could be a few things for you. Okay. So whatever the situation that's developing around you, that they are kind of keeping you blindfolded and not divulging too many things, just trust the universe that it's unfolding the way in the divine timing, that the way it's meant to be. But I feel that probably by November, you're going to realize that you're closer to your tradition, closer to your inheritage, where you come from and stuff like that. You're going to be focusing more on that and feeling closer to that. So for Leo, although it's predestined, a lot of stuff. Let's see what card will come out for you. Sometimes the spirit gets a little tight-lipped on certain things because we're just not meant to know at this time. Tomorrow could be different. Next week I'll be doing more readings, so I'm sure that will change. But as of today, I'm kind of keeping hush on things. Balance. So balance for you. That's a beautiful card. Balance. So back in the days of Atlantis, people never gave without receiving. So when they received, they also gave. You have to balance giving and receiving. Life was pretty clear and pretty fair back in the days of Atlantis. Everyone enjoyed a sense of justice, but they didn't need the laws that we have now. They didn't need the police and stuff like that. Everybody was able to help each other. Everybody was in optimum health and vitality. And there was a lot of what they call priests back then that used to go around. And sometimes when a person just felt a little out of sorts, they would just balance their chakras. Just people's auras and their chakras, they would align that in perfect balance. So this card is just to remind you to find equilibrium, find balance in your life. If you are a person, especially a lot of women sometimes will give, and we're brought up to help our kids, raise children, or just be very, very giving and nurturing. But sometimes we overdo that and we don't accept things back. So if you're having a hard time accepting things or asking for things, just ask the universe to help you be open to receiving. Definitely something I went and I learned the hard way. I used to give and help and help and help and never gave or asked for help or things that wanted from me. I never asked for. And I just thought, no, it's okay. I'll figure it out, or I'll do something on my own. But it wasn't, I was giving, but I wasn't receiving. So eventually I learned to balance. And this card is a reminder. Learn to balance. Give, but also be open to receiving. And if you need help, ask the universe to help you with the receiving. Maybe a little difficult at first when somebody gives you something, you say thank you, but you may get very emotional, and that's a good sign that you are opening up. And the more you open up, the more you will receive. So keep your chakras in balance. I know some people you can go to. There's a lot of different healers out there, from Reiki masters to therapeutic touch, that help people with the healing and balancing the chakras. Another way is to ask Archangel Michael, whether you believe in angels or not. Angels are not, they're not religious. They have nothing to do with religion, but you can definitely ask Archangel Michael to help you balance your chakras. And if you need the outside help, yes, reach out to somebody like a Reiki master or a Reiki level 2. They can also help you. All right. So balance every area of your life. But make sure you have your chakras, energy centers all balanced and good. So hope that you Leos have enjoyed this little message. Now I'm going to move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, there's a celebration that they want you to celebrate things in your life. You may have a celebration coming up. It could be anything from a wedding to somebody's birthdays coming up. But they want you to celebrate. And things you may have noticed since May, we're in September now, since May of this year, they started slowly improving. You may have had to work hard. You were tired. Things weren't moving forward fast enough. So things are going to start moving. Because right now I feel that you're being supplied with more energy, and with more energy, then you can do more. You can move forward in life again, and that kind of open up again that energy channel. And for some of you, I believe that the future travel is a possibility. You may have thought about it for a while, or may already have planned to travel. So travel is a very good possibility. Doesn't have to be far, or it can be wherever you like to go. And in general, I feel that for Sagittarius, really good times are ahead. And I'd say, you know what? You deserve it. Enjoy it. I mean, enjoy the good times. We'll all go through cycles where we have a lot of fun, and then a lot of rest period, and then we work more and more serious, and then we have to have a lot of fun again. So that's life cycle, right? That's life cycles. So for Sagittarius, I'm going to pull a Atlantis card. Oh, a whole bunch wants to fall out here. At best, it's shuffling, but let's see what comes up for Sagittarius. Oh, healing. Wow, healing. So for healing, in the days of golden days, Atlantis, everybody was a natural healer. A lot of us on this planet, a lot of us now have a lot of healing abilities to heal ourselves and help heal others. Everybody's got psychic gifts. Just some want to develop them. Some it comes more natural, but everybody's psychic to a degree. So back in the days of Atlantis, everybody was a natural healer, but those that were especially gifted, sometimes they train to become clear channels for divine energy. Well, they work in healing temples. So in those early days, healer priests, that they were called, only needed to balance the chakras. But later on, as karma started to accrue, people needed more help to stay healthy. So they used, sound. We got the sound here. I love this. They use sound. They use sound. They use colors like blue. Any shades of blue is really good for inflammation. It's a very healing color. When you talk about colors and healing, you're talking about green, which helps the emotional. So if you went through a really, emotional time through a relationship or job, or you can definitely help visualize a healing green color, like especially emerald green, or maybe you want to sleep with some color of green, a green comforter in your room. Green helps the heart and emotions. And I mean, a lot of people also focus on geometric shapes, like the pyramid, which is very healing. The triangular, right? Some people use herbs. Some people use crystals. And crystals, I mean, you can use like selenite, especially selenite it's not a stone that needs any healing at all, but a selenite wand here. This never needs clearing, not healing, sorry. Never needs clearing. And if you have other crystals that you want to use, you can use that to clear it. There are crystals, again, if you wear like an emerald crystal, it's very healing because it's green. It helps the emotions. If you want to heal the heart, but it's not so much the emotion side of it, but you can like wear pink. Rose quartz is very healing as well. It brings friendship and peace and tranquility. There's so many herbs and crystals as well. Laser lights were passed through crystals that was used for psychic surgery. Well, that was the days of Atlantis, not the types of surgery we have. Maybe one day we'll come back to something like that. Wouldn't that be amazing? So this card is telling you, Sagittarius, be a healer. It reminds you that there are people who need your help, right? So it's time to develop or hone a skill. If some of you Sagittarius already have, let's say, Reiki 1 or Reiki 2, you may want to go further. Or if you have one of the modalities of healing, you may be interested in learning something else that you want to incorporate. As a Reiki master myself, since 2003, I also took a few years ago, I did angel healing and advanced angel healing, and then crystal healing as well. So a lot of times I incorporate my angel healing and my Reiki together when I do a healing on somebody. I just ask Spirit to guide me what they need. So any healing that you want to do, a modality of healing that you're drawn to, healing doesn't always have to be like hands-on. It could be counseling. So my friends have taken hypnotherapy, and that's healing. There's so many different modalities of healing. Find the one that you want to learn and practice. Okay. This card also says sometimes you may need a boost of spiritual Reiki or emotional healing to raise your light levels. If you know somebody does Reiki and you've never tried it, it's amazing. And if you've tried it, well, I don't have to convince you. If you go for a Reiki session, you come out there so relaxed. I have people literally, when I have them here doing a Reiki session, that they will fall asleep. They will fall asleep. But reach out to others today, and you may have a few ideas of what you want to do as far as healing or what you'd like to learn, counseling, nutrition, or hands-on healing. Definitely reach out. And some of your close friends may say that, well, yeah, you have that talent. Why don't you try that? It might help you boost the ideas that's coming through your mind and decide which one would be you'd want to do, what would be good for you. So I'm just going to leave everybody with that. I think that was an excellent reading for Sagittarius, Aries, and Leos. And hope you enjoyed. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye.